guys, this is Barbara from barbarajournals.com. Today is Monday, March 16th, 2020. So if you're watching this video any other time, this video is done during the coronavirus pandemic. So I am currently home, and also my 5 children are home with me. So I'm saying that to say that if you hear noise in the background, it's probably the TV, my kids talking, I may have to pause depending on how long this takes to answer a question or to address an issue. So I kind of want to just give you that disclaimer that you may hear all of that in the video, but you're still going to basically get what the video was created for, which today's video, I'm going to show you how to make cards, whether it's memory cards, scripture cards, affirmation cards, prayer cards, whatever type of cards that you want to make. So as usual, I am going to include a link to the templates below so that you can purchase pre-made templates in my shop. But if you want to do it yourself, you most certainly can. All you have to do is go to Canva. And it doesn't matter if you have the free or the pro version for this, because this card right here I actually made when I had the free version some time ago. That's how it's been, probably over a year or two. That's how long it's been. I am a certified Canva creator, so I do have features that you may or may not have access to at this time. If you have the free version and you would like to try out the pro version, which I definitely recommend as soon as your budget allows, I will include a link below to try it out free for 30 days. So basically how you would create the cards, depending on the way you want them to lay, you would do create a design, custom design, change this to images, and it can be either 8.5 by 11. And if you do it this way, which is like the regular size paper, all you would need to do is insert lines to cut it into 4s. So we would just go to elements and excuse me, and I have mine already and recently used, but just to make it easier, I'm going to go ahead and type in line. Change this to black just because that's my preference, but you don't have to. I'm going to make this a little bit thinner. So an easy way to do it is if you make this like 75 or 100 and drag it in, see how it makes the line thinner. However, when you make the picture bigger, it makes it easier for you to drag it out like this. Because sometimes when you have it like regular fit, you're not able to get this sideways arrow. So I have that. So then I'm going to go ahead and set it to fit. I'm going to turn it. And then I'm going to put it in the middle, which is about here. So then all I got to do is, let's see if it'll let me do it. No? Okay, so we're going to go back to, let's go to 75. Pull that up. Pull that down. And there we go. Then I'm just going to duplicate the line, move it over a little bit, and turn it. And let's see. Then I'm going to drag this over and make sure that's in the middle. There you go. So these would be the lines that you would use for your customer to cut. Or if you're giving them a printable, but if you're like, just like, I'm going to make them myself and, maybe cut them out, well, make it, print it out, put it on cardstock, run it through a laminator and cut for your customers, you can do that too. So that's the first one. Now, if you want to do it sideways, then you would change this to 11 by 8.5. And basically, it's the same thing. What you would do is go ahead and add your lines. Since you did it in the beginning, you should be able to do it here. So all you got to do is go to elements. And like I said, since you already did it, you should be able to go ahead and add that. Make it black or whatever color you want. Drag it in. I'm going to have to make this. I was hoping that it wasn't too long, but that's fine. Drag it out. Pull it down a little bit. There we go. And then again, duplicate, flip. Hold on. My mouse is moving kind of fast. And then we're going to drag this. Let's see. There it is. Perfect fit. So now you can either do the cards this way or you can do them this way. Now let's talk about design. So this design that I made a couple of years ago, all I did was choose a chevron background and made it pink. Then I went to elements, and I think I might have typed in square at the time. And then let me see if they have it. And it's this one right here, if I'm not mistaken. It's either this one or this one. But I clicked it and that automatically generated this, and I changed it to pink and just typed in the words, and I made the lines right here. So this was a printable that I was actually had listed in my shop at one point so that customers can go ahead and print it out and make their own. And this was totally free as far as which Canva version I used. So I'm going to give you a couple ideas of what you can do. So with this right here, you could always just go to backgrounds and just choose a background pattern. Let me see, what's this down here? Gradients. Let's see, gradients. And you could always just, choose one of these if you want, and then just cut based on that. If you want to, make it individual, then what you would need to do is go to elements, type in frame, and then you could, wait a minute. Hold on, where is it? Grids, I'm sorry. And choose a grid. So let's see if we had this one. Okay. And then you could change that. Let's make that this one. Oops. Uh-oh. Hold on. Undo. What's not going to let me do it? Hold on. All right. So we're going to have to use the default colors. So you could do that one. And let's undo, because I want to duplicate it in case you want to show you that you can make it like, all different colors. Duplicate. Duplicate. And you might have to play around with how you size it, especially if you have the line right here. So let's make this a little bit smaller. Brought the lines to the front so we can make the colors. Let's see. And I'm just playing around with it, but you can make it like different colors if you want. And I'm just clicking on the colors that's close by. So that's one way that you could do it. And I've made the size, and you have to play around with it a little bit. And this one is not over far enough. There we go. So you could do it that way. Another way that you could do it, depending on if that's what you want to do, or you can do some basic designs. Let me see if I have. I think this was one that I was playing around with. If it's not that one, then it might be this one. I did a previous video, and in the previous video, I kind of spelled out a lot of different things that you could do to the designs, and unfortunately, it did not record. So I think it's this. It might be this one. So for this design right here, actually, I had already made this for a book cover, but all I did was I just used the elements, and I used the square element. Where is it at? Right, like I used that one and then just dragged it in. But see how you can use the ones that's rounded. They even have a new one right here that's not, exactly straight. And then I just added flowers in the corner and These were my verses. So you could do something as simple as that. Or if you would like, see, let me make a duplicate right here. And I'm going to delete this. Okay, so again, I had made that for a book cover, and I just thought that it would be easy to show you guys how I did that. So another thing you could do is purchase elements from places like Creative Market or Etsy. So this is one. It's a gold box, but as you can see, it doesn't fit perfectly on this one, but it would probably fit if I did it the other way where I can turn it this way. It would give me more leeway to like make some things. So if I like did it this way on the other format, then I could probably, because this one isn't going to give me too much wiggle room only because of the sizes. So you have to be careful with that when it comes to the elements that you purchase. But it's basically the same thing like making a border like that, but that was gold. You could buy flowers and you could put the flowers, like for example, I could have this flower right here, put it right here, and then let me see. I typed the verse in on the previous video that I tried to do. Let me see if it'll let me do it, if it'll let me paste it right here. Nope. So we'll just make it, I'll just do it from scratch. So just I use my favorite one. We'll just say fear not, comma, for I am with you, period. And I use quotes. Okay. So I have that. So then I would just kind of pull it out and format it to make it bigger depending on what I'm looking for. And you can make it as simple as that. Or I did upload some flowers. I don't know if it took. Let's see. It may not have because I was trying to make this a short video. So it looks like it may have. So I have not all of them uploaded unfortunately, but I'll just play with the ones I have. Oops. So let's move this to right about here. Put this right here. And we're just going to duplicate. So you have that. Or if you, so you have that right there. Or I could change it out to this one that's a little bit more rounded. Maybe have it take up a little bit more space. Let me see. And then make this a little bit smaller. Again, depending on what you're trying to do. Or if you want to make borders, you could have this like right here. Make it smaller and make borders on the side. So what I've been known to do is I could probably do it like this and then duplicate. I'm just going to add one more. I could have probably just make them bigger, but I'm just going to add one more. So see how I did that right there? And then select all of them and group, duplicate, drag this up. We're going to make this a little bit fatter. And then drag this down. So now you have borders at the top and the bottom. You could delete one or the other. Like I showed you before, I had the flowers in the corner. So you can do a couple of different things depending on what you're trying to accomplish. You could also, let me go to this one. If you want, you could go ahead and make the background. Let's see. Let's make it all the same color. Let's make it that color. I seem to like that color. All right, so you have this, and then you could go to elements and let's see. You could go ahead and add this border and see how it went a shade lighter for this. You could do it like that and just add the words. Or if you want, which I actually kind of like that. Or if you want, you could change that and maybe add, not that one. I don't want to do that one. I don't want that one either. Let's do this one. You can push this on the inside or put it on the inside, whichever way you want to prefer. But see how I have that on the inside? And then Canva will help me with making sure that it's lined up correctly. Let me see. All right. And then I could make this white. So then it gives the appearance of a border around it. So you could do it like that or choose a different, let me see, what other, it's one that I'm kind of sort of looking for, but I'm not sure if I'll find it. You could use this one, I think. Let me see. I'm trying to find one that allows you to pull it on the sides. Because if you find one, if you get one that allows you to pull it on the sides and make it easier to format, especially with this one. Let me see if I can type in oval. Let's see if it'll give me something different. I didn't really want a plain oval, but that'll work. Pull it out. Okay. And then you could type the words in like that. So that's another way. Or if you want, you could, I'm going to change the border back to white. I mean, change the background back to white. If you want, you could also create a border. Oh, I'm sorry. You could also like add brush strokes and then type the words inside. I don't think I might have to type it again. You know what? I'm just going to make it something easy. Thankful and blessed. All right. Just for simplicity's sake. All right. Push this inside. Drag it out. Pull this out. Thankful and blessed. Have that right there. And just have a brush stroke in the middle. Or if you want, you could go back and do, I'm going to go to my recently used since I already did it. Get the box, how we had it right here. Pull it in to make it thin. Let's see, I might move this down just a little. And then go ahead and I could add a bouquet right here in order to see if I can find, here's a flower bouquet. So let's say I wanted to put this in the corner or some type of object in the corner. It didn't fell back. There we go. You could set this off in the corner if you want. I'm gonna flip it a little bit. I'll turn it like this. Let's turn it like this. And then I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. And I apologize, my mouse is like super, super sensitive. Okay, push this in the corner. Change this to a different color. And one thing that Canva has added that I'm not sure if you'll have, it depends on your version and if they rolled it out. They actually, whatever photos you add, they give you the colors so that you'll know how to, how to format the different color elements. So see how my flower's right here and it's telling me what colors to choose. So if I want to make that the green background, I know that it perfectly matches the flower, but I don't think I want to use the green one. I really think I want to use the pink one. Cancel. Let me see if it'll let me do it. I want to make it, I'm going to use this color. All right. So I have that, and then I'm going to copy this. And again, I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas. But as usual, I strongly encourage you to definitely, play around with it yourself to see how you want to do it or how, see what you need. I'm going to make this in the middle. Push this over to the side, over a little bit more. And I'm going to hide the line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Elements, Square, go right here, draw it in to where my picture is. Oops, let's see. Okay. If I put this up, then I'm going to make it white, and then I'm going to position it to the back. Too far. There we go. And then as you can see, it doesn't show, but I have to format the box a little bit. So let me play with this a little bit. And again, with Canva, I strongly encourage you guys just to kind of play around with it and see what works for you. I don't want it to cover that line, so that's why I'm trying to play with it a little bit. But sometimes, because Canva has the preset, like they have like their preset, see how the purple lines keep showing up as far as with measurements? Sometimes it makes it a little bit harder to play with. So what I may have to do is make this smaller and duplicate it, because I don't want it to cover up the black line. The black line, the whole purpose for the black line is so that it can, for cutting purposes. So let me see if I can do it like this. Okay, so then if I duplicate, maybe it'll let me flip it and make it a little bit better. See if I drag it in a corner. Let me see something. Is it not gonna let me do it? Let me see. See, now I gotta make this work because I don't want to walk away and not show you guys how to do this. But I will say with Canva that that's the norm. So I want to see if I can maybe turn it and then move it a little bit. Drag it in. I'm still going. I don't want to mess up the black. Uh-oh, I just had it. There we go. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Can I turn it and hide it a little bit? Let's see. Bam. There we go. All right. So then I'm going to drag this over, push this back, position it to the front. There we go. And then, there we go. Thankful and blessed. That's I am. And if you want to, you can, move this up a little bit, turn it to kind of get it formatted right, depending on how you want the flower to sit. And there you go. Cool. So just want to give you guys a couple of different options. Canva has some elements that you can use. I also strongly recommend you checking out sites like Creative Market, Etsy, and Creative Fabrica. I will leave the links below the video just so that you can get other elements outside of Canva's paid and free elements so your cards do not look like everyone else's. But again, you can use this for memory cards, scripture cards, Bible, memory cards, scripture, affirmation, whatever you're trying to help someone to memorize quickly and it fits along with your business. This is perfect for that. I will sell them in my shop as well if you don't feel like going through the hassle of creating it. But I just showed you an easy way to create your own. So if you have any questions, leave comments below. Definitely feel free to share the video. And until next time, you guys have an amazing day.